Well, Belal, remember the name Muhammad, is your new UFC welterweight champion. And I'm going to have to unbutton my shirt. I'm about to start breaking a sweat. This is going to be my UFC 304 post-fight recap for the main event, Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad 2 for the welterweight title. I hate to say I told you so. I've been laughed at for the last year and a half for saying, look, Belal needs to get the title shot. Belal will beat Leon Edwards in a rematch. And I've been hearing people saying, Joey, you're delusional. Joey, you're biased for Belal. Joey, you're biased for Muslim fighters. Where are you at now? I'm accepting apologies down in the comments. Because Belal Muhammad not only won the welterweight title. By the way, I went back and watched it a second time just so I could be really refreshed on it. Watched it in its entirety twice. By the way, it was a good fight. But it's absolutely criminal that Belal Muhammad didn't get a performance bonus from Dana White. And Dana White shit on the entire card. I'll have to do a video on that later. Dana White, Hunter Campbell, and Ari Emanuel are all pissed that Belal Muhammad won the title. But nonetheless, without one crucial mistake midway through the fight, Belal Muhammad 50-45s Leon Edwards. I think one judge had it 48-47, outright criminal. The other two judges had it correct at 49-46, if I'm not mistaken. And Belal wins the title. And I was confident going in this fight. And so many people said, Joey, what? Belal Muhammad can't take him down. Belal Muhammad doesn't have good striking. Let me just say this right now, right off jump. Belal outstruck him in every single round. If Belal didn't grapple, he might have stopped Leon Edwards on the feet. That's how good Belal Muhammad looked in this fight. And I knew he was going to do it. He bullied Leon Edwards every single round except the third round, which we'll get to in a second. And it's crazy that, let's start off with this. Michael Bisping, notorious UK ass kisser because he's from the UK, tried to shoehorn a Leon Edwards robbery decision win. Saying, well, Leon could have won the first round, and then he won the third round, and then the fifth round, maybe he won it with those couple elbows at the end. If this would have been a robbery decision, if Leon Edwards would have gotten this decision, this would have been the worst decision in the history of the sport. And I think it probably would have had me just completely delete the channel. I wouldn't have been able to watch the sport anymore. I would have said, look, the sport's rigged. I can't watch this shit anymore. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And the fact that Bisping was sitting there trying to justify that is a smack in the face to all MMA fans and an absolute disgrace to the sport, and he should be removed from commentary forever. Forever. Cancel Michael Bisping. I never want to see him on commentary again. But let's break down the fight round by round. Let's start off with that, because I know people are going to say, it was a boring fight, Joe. It was not a boring fight. I went back and watched it a second time just before I did this video. I had to go stretch my legs for a minute, and I came back and settled in. I said, let me enjoy this masterpiece, this masterclass by Belal Muhammad that everyone said wouldn't happen. I said, look, I'm confident. I said, Belal Muhammad's got this. He's going to bully him. I knew. You know how you watch a fight and you know in like the first 30 seconds, 1 minute, how you're feeling about your pick? I knew in 16 seconds that Belal Muhammad had this fight in the bag. 16 seconds, he went out there, he walked Leon down, immediately shot a double leg and slammed him to the ground. Wasn't his best takedown because in the second round, he slammed him on his head, dumped him on his head, may even KO'd him in the second round, to be quite honest. Flash KO. Leon recovered rather quickly. But the first round came out, got a takedown, didn't do much with it. Leon Edwards worked his way back to his feet. They were clinched up for a second. Leon landed a nice elbow on the exit. But then Belal starts walking him down and landing combinations. Belal's landing jabs. He lands an uppercut that kind of freezes Leon on the feet. Then walks him down up against the fence and starts throwing combinations against the fence. Then, boom, shoots it on another takedown, takes Leon down again. Does a little bit of ground and pound. A little bit of ground and pound in the first round. Leon Edwards, there is no argument at all. No reasonable, educated adult who watches this sport to take a line from Dana White. There's no reasonable adult who could watch round one and fathom it going to Leon Edwards. That would have been an outright travesty, okay? Belal dominated on the feet throughout the fight, including the first round. And then he also out-grappled him too. Took him down twice, did a little bit of damage both times. Just a little bit. Second round was Belal's probably his best round. Belal went out there and was just jabbing him to death, just pumping. I'm honestly serious. Okay, I was gonna say Belal Muhammad's. Maybe that Canelo comparison isn't that much of an exaggeration, but I am kidding. I'm not serious about that. Belal's hands are looking good. I told you guys, and I know some of you were with me, so please don't take offense. But I am taking apologies for all the doubters down in the comments. I told you guys every single time out, Belal Muhammad's hands look better. He was jabbing Leon into oblivion. He was landing the uppercut throughout this fight. I honestly think if Belal wouldn't have grappled, he would have stopped Leon on the feet. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Second round, shoots a takedown, starts to get stuffed. Bisping's like, he isn't getting this takedown. He isn't going to get this takedown. And Leon kind of stuffs it. Boom, Belal keeps charging forward, gets the takedown. Leon gets back up. Belal gets the high crotch takedown, slams him on his fucking head. And I honestly think people are saying, oh, you can't spike him on the head. Spike him on his head. He put his head in that placement. Leon put his head there. So it's not like it was a clear intentional head spike, okay? Because you can only spike your opponent on the head to try to avoid a submission. Otherwise, it's illegal. I think Leon went out from that. I went back and rewatched it again. I rewatched the whole fight. I rewatched that like 2 or 3 times. I think Leon went out for a split second. A split second. But Leon gets back up. He gets taken down again, another high crotch takedown. It was absolutely craziness. Belal's looking to take the back, takes the back, beats him up a little bit. Clearly wins the second round. Leon gets back to his feet towards the end of the second round and gets a takedown of his own, which is crazy because in the first round he was trying to get a takedown of his own after he got taken down because Leon was like getting beat up on the feet, and also it was like he wanted to get that takedown back. He did it in the Colby fight, which I told him if he did it in the I told you guys if he did it in the Belal fight, it was gonna cost him because he needed to disengage from the grappling. So second round, he clearly loses, gets dominated on the feet, gets dunked on his head, almost finished in the second round, and gets a late, and in the end of the second round, gets a late takedown, does nothing with it. Third round, Belal's walking him down, landing good shots, looks for a takedown, gets Leon down, gets him down to a knee, gets overzealous and kind of falls forward, and Leon jumps on his back and takes his back and puts in the body triangle and holds him there for 4 minutes, literally doing no damage. Not throwing any shots, not looking to do any damage, halfway looking to set up a rear naked choke, never got close to it. Third round was an absolute snooze fest, and it was Leon Edwards' fault because Leon wasn't even trying to fight. Leon was just laying there doing nothing. Fourth round, Belal looked incredible in the fourth round, was walking him down. I thought, honestly, he might get a finish here. He's walking him down. He's landing good shots. I mean, Belal's striking looks so crisp in that fourth round. Pumping the jab. The striking looked good, but then boom, takedown. Boom, takedown. Boom, takedown. Takedown. I think he took him down like 4 or 5 times in the fourth round. Controlled him, took the back, was landing good shots. Leon couldn't get him off of him. And last maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds of the fourth round, Leon gets the better position, does nothing with it. So at this point, you have rounds 1, 2, and 4 clearly going to Belal Muhammad. Round 3 went to Leon Edwards, even though he did 0 damage. Belal didn't do much either. So, and when Belal's on his back, he's throwing elbows to the side of the head. He's doing ground and pound. Fifth round, Belal's walking him down. He's landing good shots. Gets a takedown maybe, 30 seconds, a minute into the fifth round? Maybe a minute, 30 seconds max. I think it was a minute, 15 seconds, actually. I just watched it, so it's fresh in my head. I think it was a minute, 15 seconds. I think it was at 3:50 of the fifth round. Gets a takedown, just dominates him, right? Last 45 seconds, I think Belal's thinking about the title, thinking about how he's achieved his dreams. He finally got a shot. He made the best of it, and he loses position. Leon kind of starts to transition. Belal tries to follow him and ends up on bottom. And to Leon's credit, because, he was getting pep talks after every single round. Don't let him bully you, son. Go after him, son. And in that last 45 seconds, Leon landed one elbow that cut open the nose of Belal Muhammad, and he landed a couple other elbows, maybe 3 or 4 elbows. But the entire 3 minutes that, was before that, Belal was doing good ground and pound. It wasn't anything crazy. But clearly did enough damage. I don't think that Leon could have stole the fifth round. I thought maybe he could have. But how are you going to justify like 3 elbows just because of the cut? It's not always just visual damage. And 2 of the judges gave Belal Muhammad round from 5. Only 1 judge gave it to Leon. But Belal, I know it's not necessarily true because of the third round. Belal pitched a shutout here. And I don't want to hear people call this boring. I don't want to hear people say, oh, Belal was a boring fighter here. Go back and watch him walk down Leon and piece him up on the feet. Leon landed an elbow on the clinch break. He landed like 1 or 2 good left hands. I forget which round it is. I want to say it was the second round. He landed a really good left hand that kind of popped Belal right on the chin. And a knee to the body, if I didn't already say that. And I think that was it. And then the elbows at the very end. That was it for Leon. So, you're thinking a good knee to the body. Let's say 1 good left hand that I remember off the top of my head. And like 3, he landed like 6 good shots the entire fight. Belal shut him down. There was no leg kicks. There was no real body kicks. He landed a couple teeps to the body, but nothing that was super impactful. Belal landed a good head kick. Belal was boxing him up. I genuinely think Belal could have won 3, 4, and 5 just striking, because Leon was so terrified of the takedowns that he looked like shit on the feet. And Belal's striking looked so improved, and Belal was standing his ground. Belal wasn't backing up. Even when Leon stood his ground and threw, Belal would sit there in the pocket and throw shots. He was ripping to the body. He was landing body kicks. He landed a head kick. Leon threw like 2 or 3 leg kicks, but Belal was switching stances so often it didn't even matter. It never even came into account. There was nothing. And Belal, when he wanted a takedown, he got a takedown. Now, could his jiu-jitsu been a little bit sharper? He doesn't make that mistake in the third round. He dominates his fight. It's a 50-45 blowout decision win for Belal Muhammad. But nonetheless, he dominated him. Absolutely dominated him. And everyone doubted him. Not this guy. Not this guy. You know what I always told you guys? I said, look, Colby went out there with an undeserved title shot. He's getting handout after handout after handout. He has nothing to work for. He's a spoiled little bitch. He's Daddy Dana White's, little privileged kid. Belal Muhammad had one shot, one opportunity, okay? He knew he was never getting a title shot again. He says, I have to grab this opportunity and I have to rip this belt from Leon Edwards' hands. And he went out there and he did it. He did it. It was so beautiful to watch. And I know Dana's not happy. I know Hunter Campbell's not happy. I know Ariel Emanuel's not happy. I know a large swath of the MMA community is not happy. But let's not shit on this performance. It's an absolute travesty that Dana White didn't give him a 100K bonus. I don't care what anyone says. The fact that he went out there and was beating Leon on the feet, masterclass on the feet, I don't care what anyone says. That's so impressive to go into enemy territory, and go out there and walk Leon down. He wasn't scared of the shots coming back. He wasn't tentative like Usman in the rematch because he was worried about the head kick. Not a single head kick landed in this fight from Leon Edwards. Barely any leg kicks, barely any body kicks. The only damage that Leon truly did was those elbows towards the end. If it wasn't for those 3 or 4 elbows at the tail end of round 5, which was like the last 20, 30 seconds, Belal comes out of this fight completely unscathed with 0 damage. 0 damage. He outclassed Leon Edwards. How is that not admirable? How is that not bonus worthy? And not only did I predict Belal to get this done, I'll take another prediction. Somebody has the clip somewhere. I said to clip it. I said it on live stream. I said, look, I guarantee, I've been saying this all week, I guarantee when Leon loses, he's going to blame it on what time he's fighting. He's going to say he's tired. What did he say in the post-fight interview? So I'm tired. I've been tired all week. That's my horrible Leon Edwards impression. I've been tired all week. It's too late here. It's too late here. How am I supposed to fight Belal? He overlooked Belal. He thought this was an easy win. And Belal went out there and made him look like his bitch. The second round dumped him on his head like a little... I want to stay monetized on this video. Dumped him on his head. He owned Leon Edwards. In the third round, you could call that a 10-10 round because Leon had control time, didn't throw a single shot, barely did any damage. And the only times that Leon was able to get positional control outside of that third round was when Belal was trying to float towards a good position towards the end of a round because he knew, okay, I can take a chance here. It's the end of the round. Let me try to float to full mount. I think it's second round. That's how Leon got up. I think fourth round, maybe that's how Leon got up too. Fifth round, it was like he was trying to follow him to the fence. Leon had nothing. He was mentally broke after the first round. He looked exhausted after the first round. I am shocked after watching the first and second round. I'm shocked that Leon didn't get finished in the fourth and fifth because the fact that Belal was doing so well on the feet that even Leon was initiating the clinch, that told me all I needed to know. All I needed to know. And what's crazy is Colby has to be kicking himself right now. You know, Mr. Dana White privilege himself. He has to be kicking himself because he went out there and refused to fight. He absolutely shit the bed. If you put the pressure on Leon and you constantly chain wrestle, you can wear him out. Now, I don't think Colby could have won anyway. I think Colby's always been overrated. You know, his biggest claim to fame is he lost to Kamaru Usman twice, once by stoppage and got his jaw broke. And he just gets handout after handout after handout. And Belal had to fight top contenders to make his way to a title shot and then fight on short notice against Gilbert Burns in a 5-rounder injured and then wait a year and a half because some bitch in Colby Covington got a title shot. I knew it was Belal's destiny. I knew it was his destiny to win this welterweight title. And the performance that he put on tonight was one of the best championship performances I have ever seen. Period. I don't want to hear anyone shit on it. I don't want anyone to say, oh, it's boring. If you watched that main event and you thought it was boring, go watch WWE. If you're waiting for someone to do a tombstone pile driver or choke slam, whatever, Batista bomb, shout out Cody Brundage, go watch WWE. And I mean, damn, you almost got it from Belal. You basically got a tombstone pile driver in the second round from Belal Muhammad. The only round that was boring in this fight was the third round where Leon got the back position and said, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. Headshot dead. I mean, 304 main event, UFC 304's main event was an incredible performance. It reminded me of, someone else said this to me, it reminded me of Kamaru Usman, Tyron Woodley, and funny enough, I picked Usman in that fight. If you watched back then, Kamaru Usman came in, a lot of people thought he wasn't going to win, didn't have a chance, and he went out there and dominated Tyron Woodley from bell to bell. And everyone was like, what? How did this happen? Who saw this coming? I saw it coming. I picked Usman in that one too. I saw this coming a mile away. Go watch my predictions, okay? People were saying, Joey, this is a horrible take. How could you pick Belal? You're biased. And he went out there, and from start to finish, he dominated Leon Edwards to win that welterweight title. What an incredible performance. Now, one thing I am scared of, okay? He's going to have to fight Shavkat next. And I love that fight. And Belal will actually take that matchup because Belal will be active in the welterweight division. I think Dana White in the UFC is going to try to get that title out of his hand ASAP. I think they're going to be like, Belal, we need you. 2-month turnaround. Shavkat Rakhmonov. Abu Dhabi. And that's not right, man. It's not right. And Belal's going to take it. And I think Shavkat probably beats him. I picked Belal. I wrote out with Belal for this Leon Edwards fight. I don't know if I can pick him to beat Shavkat. Shavkat is a guy that I said when he was unranked. I have it on this channel somewhere, on a live stream somewhere, when I had 10 subscribers. I said, look, Shavkat Rakhmonov is a future champ. That's a really tough matchup, but I love that fight. For Leon Edwards, I think somebody at the post-fight presser said, Dana, any thoughts of an immediate rematch? And he's like, no. Well, who would want to see an immediate rematch? Belal dominated him. And you know what's the funniest thing? The people who were looking at a fight from 3 years ago, 3 damn years ago, and they were like, Leon smoked him in the first round. Keep in mind, Leon landed like 3 good shots the entire first round, but he clearly won the first round. It was a head kick and like a 1-2. And people were like, yeah, he smoked him 3 years ago and on short notice when he came in on 3 weeks notice and Leon had a full training camp. And then I poked him in the second round. And I poked him in the first round as well, people forget about. And so, oh yeah, he's definitely going to dominate him here. Look, I don't want to say Leon's a fraud, but look, Leon got a Hail Mary kind of fluky win over Kamaru Usman when he got the headshot dead viral KO in the 5th round. Second fight, he cheated his way to a victory, and honestly, it should have been a draw with the point deduction. And in this fight, he was grabbing the fence too. Multiple times he cheated in this fight. So he cheated. He tried to scratch and claw his way to a victory over Belal Muhammad, and it was not to be had because Belal Muhammad was not to be denied. And it was just crazy, even though this is exactly what I predicted. I told you guys, I think it's going to be a really stunning performance for Belal Muhammad. Seeing it in real life, it was crazy to see. It was crazy to see because Belal went out there and the way he outstruck him, the way he put the pressure on him, the way he never let his foot off the gas. There was times where he looked a little bit sloppy on the feet, but he was pumping that jab and Leon looked lost out there. I believe it was in the second round. No, it was actually in the first round. In the first round, there was like a 30-second, 45-second, right before the second takedown, where Belal was all over him. Jabs. He landed a really good uppercut. And then Leon's like backing up against the fence. And he looked like he got stung at one point. And it looked like Leon was like, what the hell have I gotten myself into? Then he goes out in the second round, just gets dumped on his head. He got lucky in that third round. And I know, he did what he did. He has decent grappling. But if Belal doesn't make that mistake, Belal dominates him in the third round too. Dominates him in the third round. I mean, the biggest highlight for Leon in this fight was the 5th round elbows. But let me just say this. Anyone, including Michael Bisping, that scored that fight for Leon Edwards, you're a disgrace to the sport. You're an embarrassment. You are so incredibly biased, you can't even... We're taking clear-cut, dominant decision wins, and we're trying to twist them. I mean, Bisping was twisting himself into pretzels. Well, that first round was kind of close because Bisping was thinking 1, 3, and 5. He was already ready to defend the robbery. The fact that even one judge gave Leon round 5, I mean, I can kind of understand. I already think that's a travesty. Belal Muhammad got it done. I can't wait to see him fight Shavkat Rakhmonov. I hope he gets some time to prepare for Shavkat Rakhmonov. But I know Dana White, he's already complaining about it. He's like, it wasn't a barn burner. Since when does every single fight have to be a barn burner? That was a great fight. It was a great championship performance, and it deserved a performance bonus. And I'm going to do a full card post-fight recap. Keep an eye out for that. But, like, come on, Dana. The fact that you're not giving Belal 100K for that, he went out there in enemy territory against Leon Edwards, who everyone doubted him, and literally dominated him, that's not worth a 100K bonus? Craziness. But look, Belal would starch Colby Covington. I've been saying that for a while. Colby Covington's done. Colby's got to be kicking himself. He's got to be thinking, maybe if I would have actually fought. But no, I just get handouts. So I sit in witness protection. I'm going to pray for another title shot. Colby's going to do an interview with Submissive Radio probably tomorrow, begging for Belal Muhammad. Say, oh, I would destroy Belal Muhammad. Hoping to talk his way into another title shot. But what's so disgraceful is, and this is what I'll end the video on. This fight was not like Yuri Prohaska versus Glover Teixeira. This fight was not like the craziest fight ever. But this was a damn good performance from Belal. And for people to shit on this performance and not even as bad. I mean, look at Leon Edwards' win over Colby was worse than this. Colby's performance in that fight was an absolute utter disgrace. Leon's performance in this fight was a disgrace. Sean Strickland's performance, I know people are going to get butthurt about that. Sean Strickland, his performance against Paulo Costa was way more. I mean, it's not even in the same universe in terms of boring or exciting. And the fact that people are going to criticize Belal just because they don't like him because they think he's cringy or whatever. Well, guess what? You know what? Let's end the video like this. I got to taste some haters' tears. Because everyone laughed at me and said, oh, Joey, you're just biased for Belal. Damn, those Belal Muhammad hater tears taste so damn good. They taste so damn good. I told you guys. I've been telling you for a year and a half, Belal Muhammad would avenge that eye poke. And Leon's acting like a big shot and screaming headshot dead. He can't finish anyone barely. And I knew it was going to backfire on him. And Belal Muhammad proved that tonight. Belal Muhammad got it done. He's the new UFC welterweight champion. UFC 304. Can't wait to recap the rest of the card. Be on the lookout for that. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Like the video. Share the video. And thank you so much for watching.